Welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities. I made my way over to the studio kitchen where Raw Chef Jane is joining us today, and it is apple season.
It definitely is apple season. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. Now I've made you a deconstructed apple pie, which is kind of apples on the bottom, like an apple cobbler actually, with the crust on the top and blah, blah, blah. But this is a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the crust. Now many of you have seen me make crust before. The main thing to remember is equal parts nuts and dates. Okay, you want to use either pecans or walnuts for your crust, because, or almonds work well too, but equal parts nuts and dates will get you a great crust anytime. Now, of course, I'm going to add a little bit more to that today, but you don't have to do that. That's not necessary. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to put a cup of walnuts into my food processor. Then I have a little bit more than a cup of dates because I'm adding a couple of other ingredients, so I want to make sure that it's moist enough. Now the dates give it enough moisture so that it sticks together, and that's the texture that you want it to be. You don't want to over process it, because if you over process it, what happens is that the nuts release too much oil, and it gets to be oily instead of good. I mean, not that it isn't good, it'll taste good, but it's just very oily. And
how will you know?
Have that. Well, you'll see. You get to a point where you have to kind of test it, physically test it with your hands, and
you
see
don't mean taste
together.
Testing, do you?
Well, that too. But you know, all of that does play a part in that. Now, also what I have here is I have about a tablespoon of coconut palm sugar, and I put a little extra cinnamon in there, one little dash of allspice, and my apple pie spice, and a little bit of powdered vanilla powder. Okay, so that's going to be in here. And yes, I did put a tiny little itty bitty dash of Himalayan salt in the mixture as well. Now, you'll be fine using nuts and dates. You don't have to add anything else to it, but you can.
I like adding the extra.
Yeah,
it's a
great combination.
Flavors.
Exactly. It's a really, really nice combination. Now, I can't see backwards, but you know, we'll see how this goes.
Doing the reach around.
Yeah, the reach around. Now there is a high.
Yeah, we're over here.
Yeah, okay, you can press the high. There we go. Now we're just going to make this to the point. I know it's loud, isn't it? I hate this food processor. But I'll finish that. Whoops. There's the off button. I'll finish that in a moment. But basically, you're going to process this until you can hold it together and it holds its shape. Because that's really what you want it to be able to do, is to hold its shape. Okay, and that's the most important thing. And then we're going to cut up the apples into slices, and this will go kind of on top of each slice of apple. So you're getting like a fresh apple pie.
I love that.
I know.
Now, how did you know I had so many apples at home? We just went to the orchard. There are so many apple orchards.
I didn't know that, but this is a great way to use a lot of them. And you've seen me make my apple delight before, which is just apples and cinnamon, a little coconut palm sugar, and you're good to go, and just snack on that.
It's a good snack. And it's I like the walnuts.
Oh, I know.
So healthy.
Well, you know, I deliberated between pecans or walnuts, but then I thought, well, you know, walnuts go very nicely with apples. So that's why I chose that.
And then also, when you're talking about diets and good pairings, walnuts and apples are very good for us. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to come back and show you how to put this all together. We'll give you some information as well. She's got lots of great books if you are looking for a way to get into this kind of way to put things together. Raw Chef Jane would be happy to help you out. You can check out her website for more information. Of course, that's rawchefjane.com. You can also find her there on Facebook and Instagram. She is very social, and of course, we'll continue her recipe coming up in just a bit.